plate out. Truck is running. So we're gonna make a little breakfast this morning. Eggs, butter, bit of bacon, and a nice big fat old potato. So potatoes and eggs with a bit of bacon this morning. So we're gonna get ourselves set up, do a little bit of cutting, little prep work, what the professional chefs called mise en place, which basically means everything in its place. So we're gonna get our tools out, cutting board, knife, spatula, a pan, and we're gonna get going making some breakfast. All right, so we got our hot plate, got our pan, got our bacon out. Yes, this is not the normal way you're going to cut bacon, but this is the way I cut bacon when I do meals like this. And yes, I will be putting this in a Ziploc bag in a little bit, but after breakfast. Until then, it'll keep just fine in the refrigerator. So, turn that on, move this over a little bit more. Get our pan going, nice and hot. I am not afraid of fat in my diet because I try to do as much of a ketogenic diet as possible. Those of you who know what that means, it means very low carbohydrates, a medium amount of protein, then a higher amount of fat for your diet. Then we're going to do a nice old potato. And we got 3 eggs and butter. Once that pan gets sufficiently warmed up, there we go. Now, unfortunately, it's not level, so things are going to slide a little bit, more than likely towards the handle there. All right. Get that started. And no, I did not wash my cutting board before cutting, before doing this. People for thousands of years have managed not to kill themselves by, having raw meat, coming together with their vegetables. I mean, it's only been a couple seconds, so no worries. Plus, I'm going to be cooking this in the same exact pan as the bacon, so crying about it is not the it's a bunch of little whiny little brats who figure out they got to cry about every little thing under the sun because their lives are that miserable, they got to ruin it for everybody else. So we're going to get a kitchen towel here. There we go. Yes, the towel is clean. Yes, this is a lot of potato, but I rarely ever eat breakfast. So when I do, I'm going to enjoy it. So, break up our bacon a little bit. Get all that fat rendered down a little bit. We're only going to put a little bit of butter in here. Most of the pan lubrication and cooking medium is going to come from the fat to our potatoes. The potatoes are going to get a little bit of it, so we're going to need a little bit extra with the you're going to get a little extra with the butter. Plus, it's going to help the flavor a little bit. This is not your normal white potato or red potato or whatnot. So that's there. This is a russet potato. I like the flavor. I like the texture of russet for almost anything. It's a good baking potato. If you want to do a baked potato, you cook it long enough, it'll blend up pretty decent. And the reason I'm putting this in a towel is to take up that excess water that comes out when you cut a vegetable like this. You're breaking those cell walls and you're putting pressure on it, so it squeezes a little bit of water out. So what you do is you dry your potato, just like meat or anything else. Make sure it's nice and dry. When you put it in your pan, it's less likely to stick, less likely to burn, and it's going to help it to cook a little more evenly and be better looking when you do go to put it on your plate, which makes it more enjoyable. The bacon's starting to get a little bit of color. We're going to turn that down a little bit. Let that render a little more slowly. All right. I do not like bacon super crispy and hard. So right now I'm throwing in my potato. Turn the temperature back up. So I'm going to cook the potato with the bacon. So the potato's going to cook. The bacon is going to finish cooking. And you see that's a lot of potato in there, so the pan's pretty full. Now, so if I did that, that's 2 good-sized meals out of each potato. So I'll cook a little bit now, put that in a Ziploc vacuum bag for later. Basically just reheating it and you're good to go. The other potato I bought, I will use for a dinner. I have some cream of potato soup. Later in the week, I will stop and get some chicken thighs. I'll take that cream of potato soup, this whole potato, cut that up, onion, celery, carrot. Mix all that together into a nice soup and enjoy the meal. All right. So I'm gonna let that cook down, let the potatoes cook through, and get some decent color. Cooking process is continuing along. Took about half of it out. So basically what we're doing is par cooking, par baking, but we're just par frying. So technique used in restaurants a lot. A lot of your pre-made stuff will be par cooked. So it's pretty much 50, 60, 70% done. So we're gonna let that cool. We're gonna vacuum seal this for tomorrow. So that'll stay nice and good for tomorrow. All we do is throw it in the pan, heat it up, finish cooking it, throw a couple eggs in. We're done, just like we're doing here. You know, yes, see all that bacon fat in there? So now we took some of that out. Temperature's gonna rise on the pan, so we gotta watch a little bit closer. So given the amount of fat that's in there, you might not need to add any more butter, but who knows, we'll see. All right, so our breakfast is complete. Move this out the way a little bit. Little platform there. Set our plate. Turn our pan off. Turn the inverter off. Unplug that. Now we just got to make sure that we're not leaning over or anything, falling on the hot plate. You know, basic safety. All right, so everything is done. Pan is fairly clean. Basically just the bacon grease in there. Got a quick towel. Get a quick wipe. Gets it 99.9% clean. Not worried about bacteria on there because it's still nice and hot. You have a good towel that'll suck it all up. And we'll give that, when that cools down, we'll give it a wipe with a Lysol wipe. And, you know, a quick wipe with a wet towel. And we'll be good to go. So all of our dirty dishes, we're just gonna wrap up, put off to the side. There we go. Here's half of what we have for tomorrow. Like I said, par cooked. And turn our heat down here a little bit because that's the pan made a little bit hot in here. Move that out the way. So now we have a nice little breakfast. Quick taste test for salt. Add just another little bit more. There we go. And breakfast is served. Simple, easy. Costs. Potato was about 80 cents. 3 eggs was 50 cents. The bacon was $5 for a package. We used 65 cents worth of bacon. We used a couple cents worth of pepper, a couple cents worth of salt, time, effort, you know, cutting board, a couple dollars, plate, knives, forks, spoons, pans, all that you can amortize over the next year, year and a half. So cost pennies for the plate, a penny for the cutting board, a penny for the pan, the hot plate. Electricity was free from the truck. So, you know, we're good to go. So it's breakfast time. Let everything cool down. Then we'll clean up, put everything away, and enjoy the rest of the day. For lunch, we're probably going to do a panini sandwich. We got a loaf of French bread. I've already used a third of it. Cut another third off. Ham, turkey, onion, lettuce, mustard, some Swiss cheese, and there's lunch. Nice and simple, nice and easy, and cost you a third, a tenth, whatever, than what you can get at the restaurant. So, you know, why wouldn't you cook in the truck? Bon appetit.